What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We have our Week 1 NFL on the dot best bet show coming at you guys here, powered by Occupy Fantasy. Man, it is so damn good to be back. The optimism is at an all-time high. It always is on Sunday morning. Coming to you at a new time frame. We're at 9 a.m. Central. Have a little bit more time after stream to get your thoughts together. We used to go live at 10:30, and then I felt like I was just scrambling afterwards to put in my lineups, finalize all my bets, and everything like that. So glad that we can be a little bit earlier on in the morning. And this show, if you guys have not tuned in, basically we are going to go over spreads, totals that I like, some anytime touchdown parlays, teaser plays, and then some props. And then we'll also get into some DFS discussion. I'm just excited to get going for the NFL season. I know we did this 18 times last year, and I'm pretty sure we should begin to be profitable once again. If you guys have any additional prop questions, DFS strategies or whatnot, throw those in the chat. We'll be here usually for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how many questions we got. That usually dictates how long we stay. But yeah, I'm pumped to be back. Hope you guys are as well. Looks like we got Justin in the chat. Says it's time. Yep, it is time to get after it once again. And like I said before, this is powered by Occupy Fantasy. Guys, those guys have the best model and lineup optimizer in the DFS community. I will showcase their OccuProp radar tool that is free on their website. I will also use their live odds tab under their betting tab as well. Make sure you guys go check out their link is in the description. Make sure you guys go follow them on their own YouTube channel and subscribe to. Basically, it's only $7 a week for the best model and projections in the game. I use their lineup builder religiously anytime I make a DFS lineup. So it's for their model is for high risk players, and that's what I like to do. I'd like to play. A lot of times people go play some cash games, some head to heads, and everything like that. But I throw myself in the big GPPs and try to hit it big. That's the way I like to play. You lose a lot more for sure. You lose a lot more than you win, but when you have those little spike weeks, it's fun to have. So let me know who's in the chat here. Love to hear from you guys. We'll get after. We got the live odds scrolling below. And yeah, I don't want to tell you guys how long that intro video took me to make, but it took way too damn long. I think it was like a 2-day thing. All right. So with the first game, so I'm just going to go through some of the games that I got on the DK ticker right now. The Bucks-Vikings game. So Bucks-Vikings 5-point favorites at home. This is actually a total that I really, really like. I haven't got to the window to bet it. 46, it's a good number. But I still see this Vikings defense struggling, even against Baker Mayfield. Just not. The Vikings offense is going to be great, but this Buccaneers, obviously with the Baker, you question how well they will be. I think it's going to be a little bit underrated, especially start of the year. You still got Godwin, you still have Evans, and Rashad White's going to be able to catch some passes out of the backfield. So that over is enticing to me. The 49ers Steelers game, Steelers +2. I think I've seen that industry wide. I've used them. I'll give you guys actually a subscribers play teaser, and that is it's a VIP play, and that's a 7-point teaser. And I teased the Steelers up in that, so I like that one. Texans Ravens. I think everyone is on the Ravens this week at -9.5 favorites. Bengals Browns. So that leads me to my first play of the day, and that is I'm taking the Browns +2. Browns +2 here. They play Joe Burrow and the Bengals tough every single year, especially at home. Burrow is 2-4 against the spread weeks 1 and 2, and he's 0-2 versus the Browns against the spread away in Cleveland. And that's where this game's at. I think Cleveland gets a bunch of pressure on Joe. They say he's 100%, but you know how these injury reports go. You got to make sure you generate pressure on Joe, and with the calf injury, he might not be 100%. So this Browns team has something to prove after an abysmal game or abysmal season last year. Deshaun's got to get back. If Deshaun is back, this Browns team is scary. So I'm rolling with the home team with some points here, +2. I think they can win it outright if you like the money line, +110. Go right ahead. Next game down the line here, we got the Jaguars and the Colts. So the Jags and Colts game, this is a fun one. You got Jaguars -4.5. A lot of storylines here. You got Ridley coming back full time to the regular season. You got Anthony Richardson, the incredible rookie quarterback that is supposed to just light it up for the Colts. We'll see what he can do. No Jonathan Taylor. You got just a bunch of different storylines here. I like the Jags in this game. I don't know how the Colts can manage it. I mean, but Richardson could go through the roof here. But I would strictly lean the Jaguars here. Then you go Tennessee Titans and the Saints. We got the Saints 3-point favorites. I don't think there's going to be too much scoring in this game. I do like the Saints side if you're going to take anybody for DFS. I think Henry with that line against in the Superdome, don't know how well they'll be able to establish a run there. But yeah, I would lean the Saints here. Then you have the Commanders versus the Cardinals, and man, that is everyone's on the Cardinals to be tanking basically. Early on in the season, sometimes these bad teams don't know if they're bad yet, and they're playing hard throughout. So I know that the Commanders is a very, very popular survivor pick, but they got a lot of new pieces. They got that, Sam Howell, they got Bieniemy in there. You just don't know how they're going to react. They looked very good in the preseason, but I'm just going to say buyer beware on the Commanders survivor pick. I do have them in that teaser, which I'll share with you guys a little bit here later on. But man, the Commanders, they still scare me. Just because you never know. This Cardinal team, just week one could surprise people. We just never know. It's week one. It's a lot of chaos. Next one down, we got Falcons and the Panthers. Ritter next to Bryce Young. Man, this has got a lot of storylines as well. Bijan's first game. Falcons -3.5. I think if you want to buy that half point, you can, but I'm not a big fan of buying a half a point there. But I would probably lean the Falcons here. Then it comes to my next play, which is the Packers-Bears game, and this is going to be a fun one. And I've seen a lot of people in the industry on the Packers, and originally that was my first thought, but I'm going with the Bears. Bears -1. It came down from -2.5. So I'm going to buy back here. You can take the money line if you want at -118. I'm taking the -1. You got this Bears team, added DJ Moore. I think Justin Fields takes another step forward passing wise. So the way and the Packers have just a lot of new pieces. They're missing Christian Watson. Obviously, Jordan Love is the new quarterback. But Dubs is going to be limited. You got Jaden Reed, you got Musgraves, you got a lot of young pieces that they're relying on. Bears, Khalil Herbert. You got obviously the Packers still have Aaron Jones and Dylan. So maybe you can see this as an under game. But I like the Bears here to win it. We got a couple comments here. We got Kyle. We got Bijan. Oh yeah, Bijan's got a wild touchdown variance. If you guys have looked at anytime touchdowns yet. For FanDuel, he's like -135, and on DK, he's +100. So make sure you're grabbing Bijan in the DK sportsbook if you want. We got Rob in the comments. What's up, man? Love the Bears in this one. Yeah, I just think they're getting a little undervalued to an extent, especially with all those new pieces there for for the Packers. I mean, give me the Bears. Continue to maybe. I don't think this will flip overall, but give me the Bears -1 here, and then a couple other. We got some 3:00 games more. So this Eagles Patriots game, God bless. I don't understand this line, and I'm maybe just oblivious to how elite this Patriots defense might be. But man, it just keeps coming down. If the Eagles -3 hits, it won't last for long. So I'm thinking it's going to stay at -3.5. But this was just straight coming down. Get it. Bills got all off season to figure out Jalen Hurts. You got the Super Bowl hangover for the Eagles, but man, I don't know how you can't just back the Eagles here. And this was one. Make sure you guys tune into Attacked by Fantasy's live streams on Saturday to go. It's called Beyond the Model. I asked a ton of questions on that one, and I even asked Brian. I said, "Hey, what do you think about this Eagles stack?" And he had a wide variance. He said, "Hey, they could put up 30, or they could get shut down, but you never know." So I think it's a very high risk GPP stack this week. Is the Eagles versus the Patriots? I would 3-1 or 3-0 or 2-0 the Eagles there. I think it's a little bit different from what the field will do because a lot of the week one is a ton of value. So if you're paying up at different spots in the field, obviously you're going to be a little bit different. But man, this Eagles Patriots game, the line just smells so damn fishy. And we got Justin aligning here with the Bears. Think it's going to take some time for the Packers. Yeah, with Watson out is going to be huge there. I think everyone throughout the industry loved Watson to draft Watson. Then he popped up with a hamstring injury late in the preseason, or shoot, it was the week before the season. So I did think take some time. Again, we're on the Bears, we're on the Browns, and then probably the highest stacked game of the week. You're going to have the Dolphins versus the Chargers. You got over 51 total. This is obviously going to be a game that I'm stacking. I'm going with the Chargers 3/1 here. If you want to flip that with the Dolphins 3/1, go right ahead there. You can go either route. I think obviously flipping the Dolphins side 3/1 or 3-0 or 2-0. That's definitely be more contrarian, but I'm a huge fan of Herbert this year. Huge fan of this new offense, and I think that this Chargers team can take another step forward, especially here at home. 3-point favorites, so give me the Chargers here, and then obviously stacking the Chargers with Allen, Williams, Eckler. You can even go Everett if you want to go a little bit different, and then bring it back with either Waddle or Tyreek, or guy who's going to get a lot of carries here in this game, Raheem Mostert. Achan is out this week. We have Ahmed behind Mostert. So I still think Mostert's the guy to own there. And if you want to bring it back with Mostert, you can. But obviously, I think a lot of people are bringing it back with Waddle or Hill. And then a couple other games. We got the Rams-Seahawks. Rams-Seahawks, definitely another line that's a little fishy to me because the Seahawks -5. Those 5s and 5.5 are always tricky in the NFL because you just like this guy. They should blow them out by touchdown. You would think. You would think. But sometimes it's a little bit closer of a game. They only win by 3. You get screwed. But I think the Seahawks team is tremendously better than this Rams team, especially no Cooper Kupp. And this is another stack that I'm on for DFS. I'm going to stack the Seahawks 3/1 or 2/1 or 3-0. If you're bringing anybody back from the Rams, it's going to be obviously industry wide is Tyler Higbee. Then you have Van Jefferson. You could go Tutu Atwell. But man, the Seahawks team with DK, with Lockett, with JSN. Then you have Walker and Charbonnet. I mean, these guys are elite. And I think the Seahawks defense is tremendously better than last year. You could probably bring it back with Akers of the Rams as well if you wanted to. But I think they'd have to control the game with him a little bit more. I think Higbee is obviously the safest one. And then the last game for the 13-game slate is the Raiders and Broncos. So the Raiders and Broncos, Broncos 3.5-point favorites. Let's see. This is a wait and see game for me to see how Jimmy G goes, to see how Russell Wilson is. I mean, you can take bits and pieces for this in DFS if you'd like. Adams has a tough matchup, but you got this Broncos team that's probably I don't know if Judy has been confirmed. If anybody in the chat wants to let me know, I'm pretty sure he's still a game time decision. They might make him play, but I think Mims is a great, obviously, value play. I think Sutton is a great play. I think he's like 5,200 in DFS. And I'm very cautious of this backfield for the Broncos early on. McLaughlin has said that, that he's going to be in the mix. You got Javonte. I think they're going to ease him back. I think Samaje Perine is the back to own here in DFS. He's going to catch some balls and do some stuff there. But very tough for me to get to this game stacking wise. Just a lot of what ifs. And maybe they surprise everybody and the Broncos come out and it's old Russell Wilson. But I'm going to make him prove it to me. If you guys stack this game, kudos to you guys. Kudos to all of you guys if you're doing this. I'm going to scroll down here. Make sure you guys sign up for Occupy Fantasy. Let me show you guys their live odds tab on their website. This is super convenient, incredibly convenient. If you guys want to sign up for any of these books, make sure you guys go to occupyfantasy.com, get the deposit bonuses and free bets for sportsbooks. This is tremendous if you guys want to start out with some additional bankroll for the NFL season at any of these sports books. I traditionally probably use DraftKings, FanDuel, and Caesars and BetMGM the most, but obviously you guys can take advantage of all these different types of bonus, the deposit bonuses at these sports books. And what's super easy about Occupy's website, click it and you just go right to the sports book and you bet it right there. So you can obviously see how different ranges. So like the Buccaneers, you've seen some 4.5s in the industry. DK still having a +5 out there. So if you like the Bucks, obviously bet that at DK. So we got some comments here. Judy is out for sure. So yeah, that's when you're going to pivot to Marvin Mims is going to be extremely, extremely popular. And then you're going to have Cortland Sutton. I think Sutton is a great, great play today for DFS. So any other DFS questions? What games are you guys looking to stack? Make sure you guys throw that in the chat. Love to hear from you guys. And let's get into some. Let me show you guys the teaser. Sorry, I forgot to. This is the VIP teaser I gave out to subscribers. We're gonna go 7-point teaser, a little 3-team. Ravens 2.5, Steelers +8.5, and I know I just ragged on the dang Commanders, but I think they can still win that damn game. So give me the Commanders money line or pick them, however you want to do it for the teaser, a +130. I'm a big fan of the teaser. I've had some questions over Discord and whatnot. When you're doing teasers, the main thing they call them Wong teasers, and that's where you got low total games. Then you're going to tease like the dog up. So that's where the Steelers comes in. Then obviously I'm just making sure of the Ravens and the Commanders, but those Wong teasers hit at a very, very phenomenal rate. So I'm always keen on finding those. We got the question here, Kyle. What about a naked Anthony Richardson? And he's not talking about a naked actual Anthony Richardson. He's talking about in DFS where you would just play Anthony Richardson as your quarterback and not stack him with anybody. And I would say that is a good cash game component this week. I think if you're going to go with a naked Richardson, obviously cash game. But if you want to pair him with somebody for a big GPP, I think it's either Pittman or Pierce. And I'd probably give the slightest thing to Pittman here. And as Kyle reiterates, yes, a clothed, naked Anthony Richardson. Exactly. Just for those who did not know what that meant, you had to clarify. But yeah, pair with Pierce, like Justin said, Pierce being minimum basically on DK, is a great feature. Then it allows you to get different somewhere else. And then if obviously Richardson to Pierce happens, that is a great combination to have. I think a lot of people will go with just Richardson and not know who to pair him with. So if you are playing a big GPP, pair him with somebody. I also did see something about Deion Jackson catching some passes out of the backfield. Maybe pair him with Deion Jackson. It's not a bad idea. But I think the best upside is Pierce. They've had some connection in training camp. There's been some reports on that as well. So big fan of, I think Richardson, I mean, I've watched him a couple times in college, watched him in preseason. The guy throws the hell out of a football. So I think you can for sure get to him this week. A little bit contrarian, but I think if you're going to go run with him being naked, I would probably just keep that to a cash game only. Keep the questions rolling. We got 3 props coming at you guys. If you guys have any props, please throw those in the chat. I'd love to dissect those and see. Maybe I'm going to tail some of your guys' because there's so many props that are available. Sometimes you just miss some of those hidden gems. So, and we'll bring you guys over to the Prop Radar now on Occupy Fantasy's website. This is free. You go up to the betting tab, click on Prop Radar, and I use this thing religiously. I mean, it is so dang easy. And if you want to just see how it is across multiple different sports books, it's the easiest tool in the industry. It's at occupyfantasy.com. So we're going to go with the first one. My first play here is Drake London over 51.5 receiving yards. So I'm just going to type in Drake London, pops up. We simply click it, and it pops up with every available player future. It's got available player props. So obviously I'm going down here to the most receiving yards, total receiving yards. Let's see. Total receiving yards. Here we go. And we got over 51.5 here at Caesars. You've seen it go to 52.5 on FanDuel. You can line shop super easy, and you just click bet now. Obviously, using those deposit bonuses at those given sports books. And man, it's super easy. The function is unbelievable. Just in case there's just some wide variance, like this is an easy one that I said about Bijan. You can see it right across there on the stream or on their website. That Bijan was minus 135 on FanDuel, but plus 100 on DK. Obviously, you're going to take that on DK. So we're going Drake London over 51.5 receiving yards. And this is just a great play, in my opinion, with London. Ritter, you have he's averaged 83.3 receiving yards a game in the 4 games with Desmond Ritter last season, compared to 41 receiving yards in the 13 games prior. 31% target share for London and Ritter with Ritter, and it's going to continue. This is the way that this offense is going to operate. It's going to go through London. There's going to be a lot of pits. Obviously, they're going to run the ball with Bijan, but that's going to open up even more opportunities for Drake London and for Desmond Ritter to find Drake London. So I really like London here. I think if you want to take an alternate line, 70 plus, 80 plus. I'm not going to go to the century mark, but Drake London over 51.5 receiving yards is a no-brainer in my book. We got a comment from Justin. This is regarding. I have a feeling Deion is going to be high owned at 4,100. Let's see. So I'm going to go over to. I'm not going to pull up their model for Occupy, but this is where I get all my projections at. So let's see what Deion is going to run DFS wise. Deion. Yeah, he's running about 7 to 8%. 7 to 8%. The highest own is going to be obviously Jamal Williams. Then you got Madison, Eckler, Ken Walker, Mostert, CMC, B-Rob, and so forth. But yeah, he might creep up there. I still think he's going to be a little under-owned. All right, so we got that. Next one is probably my favorite prop of the week. It's got to be my favorite prop. It's on a stack that I love, and I'm actually taking this guy's alternate line of plus 100 I just gave out to the Discord. We're going Mike Williams, over 58.5 receiving yards, and we're going to pull it up on the OccuProp radar. Let me get that rolling for you guys. But Mikey Williams, just you got the addition of Kellen Moore. You have total receiving yards. Let's go down here. So we got 59. It's actually at 59s now. So I got it at 58.5 right before the stream. So grab it at 59.5. I literally just put this in. 58.5. I took his alternate line of plus or to go over 100 yards. You got to think Kellen Moore is going to stretch the field. Last year, it was just a disgrace the way that Herbert was used, dinking and dunking it with Eckler. I think that is still going to be around. Obviously, that's just the way that things happen with pressure and whatnot. But I think their main goal is to get vertical. And why would you not get vertical with one of the best vertical route running receivers that there is? Mikey Williams, over 58.5 receiving yards. Take it still at 59.5 over on Caesar or DK. Big fan of Mikey Williams today. You want to take his anytime touchdown? Yeah, that's coming here a little bit shortly in the show. But yeah, give me all of Mikey Williams today, over 58.5. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear if you guys are on London, if you guys are on Williams, if you guys say, hey, that's a junk pick. I don't really like that, but just let me know. Love to hear from you guys. Last prop, I actually tweeted this one out. We are going to go with Travis Etienne, over 13.5 receiving yards. That is a man, this line just feels low to me. I get there's a lot of mouths to feed. I even tweeted that out. It says, you got Ridley, you got Kirk, you got Zay Jones. Bigsby is going to be in the mix, but Etienne over 13.5 receiving yards just seems incredibly low to me. And everyone hyped him up to be this big pass catching back last year, and he just wasn't. I still think this could be 2 or 3 catches, and we get it. Maybe on one screenplay here, I think makes it work. I still think this Colts defense can generate some pressure. Going to have to dump it off to Etienne. I don't think Bigsby is going to be much in the passing game as much as people think. And this is a good early low number here on Travis Etienne. I think this pops up to 18s, 20s throughout the season. As 13.5 is such a great low number with Etienne. He's hit it in both games against these guys last year. They had 33 and 22 versus the Colts defense last season. So give me Travis Etienne over 13.5 receiving yards. And then let's see. Oh, I will get to my survivor pick. I'll give that out right now. There's 67 people in their survivor, and it's a $200 entry, and it's winner take all. So it's about like 14Ks. And I think a lot of people are going to go with the Ravens. I think a lot of people are going to go with the Commanders. I am going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. So the Seahawks, 5-point favorites. I just don't see this Rams team keeping up with this team, especially at home. I think, a little contrarian. I don't think a lot of people will be on the Seahawks. Like you said, it's going to be Ravens and Commanders. So get a little bit different in week 1, and just in case the Commanders do flop or somehow the Ravens flop. But I don't think any of those two happen. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Not trying to get too cute with it, but just to be a little bit different. A little bit different there. I mean, I saw some people already took the Chiefs on Thursday night, and that was they're already out. So I think that was a little bit too cute there, especially without Kelsey. Don't know why you wouldn't change that. All right, we got 2 anytime touchdown parlays before we get out of here. Make sure you guys ask any questions that you guys have, DFS, props, totals, spreads. I'm here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. But we are going to go with a tight end anytime touchdown parlay. And that is Njoku and Hawkinson plus 10-13 over on DK. And I'm going to go, obviously, I always bet these a little bit smaller, 0.25 units. But Njoku and Hawkinson, I think Njoku's odds are like plus 320. I think that's criminal. I just don't understand. I don't know If anyone has watched this Watson to Njoku connection, it is real. It is incredibly real. I think if you have Njoku, you're starting him this week. The Bengals defense isn't that all intimidating against a tight end. Love the odds if you want to just take Njoku straight up. I think plus 320, plus 330. Let's see what that odds are. Let's put those up on the AccuProp radar. Njoku. To score a touchdown. Yeah, see, he's plus 320 on DK, but plus 250 on other books. So incredible value there on DK. So you're taking him. If you're taking a straight bet there, you're going DK. And this is the benefit of the AccuProp radar. It obviously shows you inefficient lines throughout different sports books and where to take them and obviously bet them. We got a comment here. We got Justin saying, add Juwan Johnson to that parlay. Man, I'm afraid of Juwan this week just because everyone's talking up the dreaded Taysom Hill, the guy that nobody likes, the guy that nobody likes. But, I mean, if you want to throw Juwan in there, what's his odds? We can see his. Juwan Johnson. Pick him up to score a touchdown. Plus 260. I mean, plus 320 on FanDuel is the better odds there. Take him on FanDuel if you like. If you add him on DK, you got plus 260. But, yeah, his odds, he's down to plus 190 at Caesars. So, you just see with the AccuProp radar and see where the different players are with their different bets or such. So, if you want to go, I'm just doing a whole tight end parlay. You want to add Juwan, go right ahead. The last one that I'll give out here is 3 of my top favorites this week. And I said, I might as well parlay all these because I like all of them straight, but you might as well parlay them. We got Dobbins, Williams, and Olave, and that's Mike Williams. So 3 of my favorites are Dobbins, Mike Williams, and Chris Olave. You got Olave going up against that weak Titans secondary. I think that front for the Titans will be a lot better, but that secondary is going to get you could expose them for sure. And I think Olave has a nice connection with Derek Carr. Dobbins, you got almost 10-point favorites. I'm okay with JK there. And then Mikey Williams, like I said, if you bet him 100 plus a touchdown, I'm big fan of Mikey today. Big fan of the Chargers. And I like that. So plus 1396 over on DK, 0.25 units. So just to recap, we got the Browns. We are on the Bears. We have our teaser. This was a subscriber play. I'll always give one subscriber play per stream because I absolutely appreciate everybody tuning in. And we got London over 51.5 receiving yards. We got Mikey Williams over 58.5 receiving yards. And you can take his alternate line all the way up to 100. I'm my favorite player of the day for player prop there. And we got Travis Etienne over 13.5 receiving yards. Anytime touchdowns with Njoku and Hawkinson. And then we have obviously Dobbins, Williams, and Olave at plus 1396. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys have any additional questions, hit up the Discord in the chat. I'm still running a 50% off packages for NFL. It's just use NFL 50 at checkout, 50% off. And make sure you guys are checking out Occupy Fantasy for both DFS and sports betting content. Use their deposit bonuses on their website at occupyfantasy.com. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. They go live pretty much every single dang day regarding especially NFL. They go MLB, they do NBA, they do all types of stuff. So make sure you guys are shouting out Occupy Fantasy and subscribing to them. We got Chris in the chat. What's up, Chris? He says, let's get it. Good luck today. Good show. I appreciate you tuning in, man. But yeah, we are getting after it. It's week 1. I'm excited. Make sure you guys join the Discord for Occupy Fantasy. Chris will be live shortly to go over his main plays on the DFS slate. We are excited as hell to get after it for week 1. And if you guys have any additional questions, hit me up on Twitter at @bets, and we'll get up on out here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Good luck on all your bets. See you guys.